Ho, ho, ho from Lo-Lo-Ho. Hey guys, we are Sean and Christy. This is Long Long Honeymoon coming at you today with an annual holiday tradition, our list of gift ideas for RV campers. We're going to start with less expensive items and work our way up to the sort of bigger ticket splurge type of items. So in the beginning, we're talking stocking stuffers.
Yep.
The first such stuffer is the bone tool. What, pray tell, is a bone tool? If you've seen our videos before, you may have seen us using this tiny little tool that we discovered from our friend Vinny Lamica at Vinny's North Bay Airstream Repair. And it's just really useful to have around an RV. It's basically a plastic tool that's used by a lot of flooring and trim guys and also window tint guys. And it allows you to remove gunk and residue from an RV without scratching the surface. It's also a safe way to pry open stuck windows and things around an RV. They're cheap, they're around $5. So it's a great little stocking stuffer, and it will come in handy, I guarantee it.
Item number 2 is gaffer's tape. If you've never heard of gaffer's tape, you're probably not alone. Gaffer's tape is something that Sean learned about when he was in film school, and it's used on sets all across the country. And the reason why is because it is a super sticky tape that doesn't leave any sort of sticky residue behind when you remove it. So if you have any place that you want to use some tape, but you're worried about it being sticky when you remove the tape, this is the tape for you. It's not cheap, but it will save you lots of headaches as far as sticky residue goes.
Yeah, it's not cheap, but it's not unreasonably expensive either. It's sort of a cloth type of tape.
And you can get it in these different colors, different widths. You know, this is pretty thin, this is a little thicker, this is thicker. You can even get it wider than this. So lots of colors if you want to color coordinate things for organization. It's
just incredibly useful tape to have around. Once you have a roll, you'll probably go to it very often. Next.
The pot and pan protectors. I bought these years ago when I bought a new set of pots and pans for our Airstream, and they have been really a game changer because they allow you to stack your pots and pans inside each other and not scratch, you know, the pots and pans that are being stacked upon. So it allows you to nest a lot of pots and pans without worrying about the quality of the interior of your pot or pan being compromised. It also reduces noise if you're in a motorhome. It'll help reduce that rattle that you get when you stack things together. Super cheap, and it's a great thing to have in your RV.
Next, lube. Lubricant. I'm talking about BoShield T9. This stuff we discovered about 10 years ago. It was developed by the Boeing Corporation, and it's available in like aerosol spray cans and also in little drip liquid bottles. It's incredibly useful. It's kind of like gaffer's tape in that respect. You really, with BoShield, you might think of it as WD-40 on steroids. It works kind of to lubricate like WD-40, but then it leaves behind a dry, waxy finish that protects. So it will protect all of the exposed metal in your RV from rust. And it also does just a wonderful job of lubricating. I mean, we use it on our step, we use it in any keyhole, and I'm shocked at how many times it just comes in handy to have around. Next, we're thinking outside the box, and this is one of my favorite things.
I think Sean uses this daily around 5 p.m.
These are wine aerators, and these are 2 different ones. They make different types of these devices, and the purpose of this device is to aerate a newly opened bottle of wine as it's being poured into the glass or poured into a decanter. And so it gives you the taste of a wine that's been exposed to air longer. It sort of unlocks a lot of the flavors of the wine. And I know some of you are saying, fond, decanted wine. And I think this works with inexpensive wines. I mean, this bottle of wine is like $8 or $9. It's not an expensive bottle of wine. But you see, this is an aerator here in the top of it. And yes, this was all an elaborate excuse for me to pour a glass of wine, but I just want to show you. So it's like aerating the wine as it goes into the glass.
Did you bring a glass for me?
Well, we'll have to share. You know, a couple of years ago, we were actually touring the vineyards at Rodney Strong as a guest of the winemaker there, Greg Morthal.
Hi, Greg.
And it was a wonderful tour. And I asked Greg if these aerators really worked, and he said yes, he thinks that they do. And you know, there's something about the human brain. If your brain thinks it works, then it does work, because it's all about how your brain registers that wine.
Next, shameless self-promotion. This is one of my most worn, most loved t-shirts. This is our Americana t-shirt design. You can find it in our store on Amazon. And if you haven't really looked at the design on the shirt, it's really cool. It's got the Statue of Liberty in there. It's got Route 66. It's got an Airstream. It's got an eagle, the American flag. It's got Mount Rushmore. So all those goodies are sort of hidden in, and there's some little dog paws in there. So it's a really cool design, and it just says not all who wander are lost. It's just a great shirt, and I need to get a new one because I'm sort of wearing this one out. But.
And here's a tip for anyone ordering a Long Long Honeymoon t-shirt: order a size up. Because the only complaint we ever receive about the shirts is that they fit too tight.
Yeah.
And they are shirts that run kind of on the small side.
They are a soft material, so they're not going to be like a thick, heavy cotton shirt. They're a thinner cotton shirt, and we ordered those because those are the kind of shirts we like to wear, because we feel like they're a little more breathable, like when you're hiking or you're doing anything, you know, physical activity-wise. So they're just more comfortable in that respect. But ladies, let me just tell you, I wear a size like 8 or 10 in women's clothing, and I can't wear the women's cut shirts. They are cut super small. Like even the extra large would not really fit me. It was just like skin tight. So I wear a medium in the men's, and I like it. So just keep that in mind when you're ordering.
Next, a Chihuahua.
No, we're not going to sell this baby.
No, this Chihuahua is not for sale, but she would not rest until I picked her up. So say hello to everyone, baby girl.
Now she's going to be shy being with him.
She's suddenly super camera shy. Okay, baby girl. That's enough for now. Next, it's hat time.
Oh, yeah.
You guys see me wearing my Tilly hats quite often.
Take off mine.
Everybody loves these hats. They're just very well built. They have sort of a lifetime warranty. They keep your head warm in the winter. They keep your face cool in the summer. They're just great hats. They fold flat for travel.
I have one too. They're really great. They're comfortable. You do have to measure your head before you order it, so just know your hat size.
But that is not a Tilly.
No. This is my Stetson hat. So ladies or men, this is made by Stetson. I got this a few years ago. It's a great hat. It's called a crushable hat, so it's not really hard, you know. It sort of molds a little bit, and you can sort of bend it a little bit the way you like. I really love this hat. They have it in a lot of colors. This is sort of an olive green, but you can get it in black, brown, tan.
Next, give the gift of heat. This is a Mr. Heater portable buddy, and watch for a video about this on our channel coming very soon.
Yeah, we got lots of recommendations from you guys that this is such a great heater.
This is pretty much the best-selling heater on Amazon, certainly the best-selling propane-powered heater. And Mr. Heater is the brand. They make different models. This one is not the smallest, but it's not the largest either. This is the portable buddy. They claim it heats around 200, 220 square feet, and so that's just about right for the interior of our Airstream. But the whole point of these things, you could bring them anywhere you want them. You could bring them out by the picnic table at night if you're just hanging out outside, and just keep you warm. So, and you can see they're powered by propane tanks. You can either use these little 16.4 ounce propane tanks that you see everywhere, or you can attach a hose to a 20-pound propane tank if you prefer, and that's certainly probably the more economical way to go.
Next.
For you readers out there.
Readers, this is my Kindle Paperwhite e-reader. I got this earlier this year on Prime Day when they were the big promotion. This has been so good for me. I read a lot when we're on the road, and one of the things about reading on the road is where do you store all your books, right? So now I don't have that problem. They're all here in this little reader. The great thing about this is you can read it outside. It doesn't have a glare to it, so it's really like reading a paper book. The screen is backlit at night, but it's not like a bright light like a iPad would be that sort of can hurt your eyes. And you can adjust the brightness how you want. You can adjust the size of the font, all that sort of stuff. But it's great because I can buy books through Amazon on here, or you can check them out from your library, whatever. But it's been a game changer for me. I love it. Rolling. Rolling.
Oh. Next, the Weber Q1200 grill. Yep. Really any of the Weber portable grills. We have a Q1200. You may have seen our review of this grill earlier this year that included some time travel. If you haven't seen that review,
it's hilarious. You need to watch it. But it's a great grill. It gets really hot. It cooks very evenly. It's the one with the little fold-out side shelves, which I really like because it's just nice to have a place to set your stuff. If you're using a picnic table or something, you don't have to worry about setting anything down on like a dirty picnic table or whatever. So that's really nice. And they come in all sorts of colors. We got Loho Blue. Well, that's what we call it, Loho Blue. But it's a great grill, and we've really enjoyed it.
Next, what is this thing? No, it is not a giant aluminum garbage can. This is a Solo stove, and they come in different sizes. And the point of this one is to have, obviously, a pretty large, substantial fire that stays in one place, but you can get them that are really small and portable. And you see, you stack your wood inside this stove and light it, and due to the design, the air flows in through the bottom beneath the wood and is channeled out the top. And so it sort of keeps smoke from going into the faces of people sitting around the fire, because you put this little thing on top and it directs.
Yeah, it sort of directs the smoke away, so you don't have to worry about where you're sitting around the campfire, because it won't smoke you out. And actually, this would be great just to have at home as well.
Exactly. Next, one of my favorite little tech gadgets that we carry with us on the road, this little Bose SoundLink Mini Bluetooth speaker. Now, there are a lot of Bluetooth speakers out there, and we've tried a bunch. This has been my favorite. I love the combination of sound quality with the small portable size. So this goes with us in our Airstream out on the road. And again, a great thing about this is you can take it wherever you want. If you want to have some light jazz out by the campfire, this will do it. And it's just a very surprising performance for the size. It always connects quickly to our phones, and I really like that, because sometimes with Bluetooth speakers, it's kind of a hassle getting them to consistently connect to your device. This one always seems to do a really good job connecting.
All right, up next is our Dyson handheld vacuum. We have had ours for, I'm gonna say 9 years.
Yeah.
We've had it a long time. It has worked a long time on the long honeymoon. It's really fast to charge. It has really good suction. It's got some great little attachments. It's easy to empty because you don't have to have a bag or a filter or any of that sort of stuff. So it's great for travel because you don't have to worry about bringing any of that stuff with you. It sort of reaches in all the nooks and crannies, and it has been our go-to little vacuum when we're in our Airstream. And when we're home, we use it all the time as well.
And even though the Dyson products are more expensive, I really do believe they have better design. They're built of just higher quality materials. They seem to last longer and work better while they're doing it.
Yeah, the fact that we've had ours for 9 years and it's still going, I think says a lot about it. Any other little vacuum like that I've had in the past has died after a year or two.
Yeah, all the others are in landfills. This thing is still going. Next, a lot of you have been asking for a drone video. Well, here is one of my drones. Now, this one met a sad fate in Utah. I crashed it in a canyon. So this was like literally 3 or 4 drones ago. I've owned drones for many years. I think drones are a great gadget to have. They're a ton of fun. As far as my current recommendation for the best drone for most people, I'm going to go with the DJI MAVIC series, probably the MAVIC Air, because the MAVIC Air is small, lightweight, and still quite powerful. These things are getting so smart they can just about fly themselves. So I would recommend the MAVIC Air for most people. I tend to use the MAVIC Pro and MAVIC Zoom, and I also have a Phantom 4 Pro. But I think for the average consumer, if you're just getting into drones, you don't necessarily need one of those higher end drones, because this can happen. And if you have $1,000 flying around in the air, it's a real bummer when you have to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Next, a portable inverter generator. We talk about generators a lot on our channel because for many of us, it's sort of the fastest, easiest way to solve the whole portable electricity issue when you're traveling with an RV. And actually we have an unusual deal to tell you about. The Briggs & Stratton generators that we reviewed a while back are 15% off up until December 31st if you use our promo code, because we have generators in our Amazon store, and so we'll put a link beneath this video to that deal. Again, that's for the Briggs & Stratton generators. We're not really loyal to any one brand of generator.
As long as it's an inverter generator, that is the biggest issue. From that point on, it depends on what you want in an inverter generator, what's important to you.
So we review all different brands of generator. We've reviewed the Briggs & Stratton, we've reviewed Champion, Atima, Yamaha. There are a lot of good ones on the market these days. You have a lot of choices.
And we've taken all of these out on the road with us at some point or another. So we've had good experiences with all of them. We've never had one that we've taken out where we were just like, wow, this thing is terrible, we're never bringing it again. That's never happened with any of the inverter generators that we have used.
And it's also really useful to have one around a house. If you ever experience any kind of power outage, and these days, with all of the things that are going on in the world, tornadoes and hurricanes and so forth, I mean, having a generator around your house is an incredibly useful appliance to have.
One of the inverter generators that is part of this deal is a 6,500 watt inverter generator. So it may be something you don't really want for camping, but if you're looking for a generator for your home, it could be a good option for you.
Yeah, that's specifically a home backup generator.
All right, so the final item on our list is something for those of you that have been really, really good boys and girls this year. It's an e-bike. Yep, an electric bicycle. We got electric bicycles this summer. Ours are pedal assist bikes, and we've been very pleased with them. The specific brand that we have is ARIEL, but there are tons of options to choose from on Amazon, and there are lots of really good reviews in there if you sort of dig around and find what type of bike would work best for you, because different people have different needs and different wants when it comes to that sort of thing. But they definitely are a game changer. We don't really do a lot of biking when we're at home, but when we're out exploring, it's nice to go out on a long bike ride and not have to worry about how long is this trail going to be? Am I going to be able to make it back? Am I going to have enough gas left in my tank to get me back home? And so these really are game changers in that respect. They give you the confidence to sort of go on these longer bike rides and not really worry about getting stranded somewhere. So,
guys, e-bikes are cheating. They really take all the hard work out of riding a bike if you want them to.
Yeah.
Now you can turn off the throttle assist and so forth and use it like a normal bike.
Yeah, and you can adjust how much assistance you want,
Because what's the fun of turning it off? I like to crank it up to 11 and zoom. It's so much fun.
Well, I'll tell you where it makes a difference for me. I'm fine doing a long bike ride on a flat path, but once it starts getting some hills mixed in, that's where it sort of like ends the fun for me. I know, I don't have the...
In other words, you like coasting downhill.
Well, that is preferable. But when I am riding my e-bike, I really don't have the assistance on until I start hitting some hills, and that's when I turn it on. And so I'm just having to pedal normally like I would on a flat surface, but it's getting me up the hill. So
yeah, e-bikes are really trendy, hot category right now, and I certainly understand why after using our ARIEL Rider e-bikes, which we will have listed in our Amazon store specifically, but of course there are a lot of different brands out there, And they really are kind of a game changer for RV travel, because if you have an e-bike at your campsite, you don't need to worry about moving your RV rig. You can just hop on that e-bike and go. So that's it, guys. At least 16 different gift ideas for RV campers. It's kind of an eclectic list, kind of a mix.
These are sort of things that you may not usually think of. I mean, you know, this isn't a list of like RV essential items. These are sort of more fun gadgets and things that, you know, sort of make you excited about going on a camping trip. And some of these things are items that you can use at home when you're not on the road that make life fun when you're just sitting in your backyard.
Coming next week, my top 5 sewer hoses. So don't miss that. Now, really, we want to conclude by thanking you guys, as always, for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in, not only today, but all throughout the year, and for subscribing to our channel and pressing the like button and just giving us so much positive energy through the year. It's been another pleasure of a year doing Long Long Honeymoon. We've had a bit of a roller coaster ride here, I would say, over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But I think this year, things were trending back up in the right direction, and we really are pretty excited about some of the things that are in development for next year. Until next time, what do we say here in our final shout out to Loloho Nation? Loloho.
If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you disliked it, give it a thumbs down. Feel free to leave a comment. And of course, don't forget to subscribe.
Finally, the Hutzler 571 banana slicer, the finest banana slicer that I personally have ever owned. Probably the finest banana slicer that's ever been built. In a pinch, yes, you can use this to shave your beard,